Never really thought that something like this would ever happen to me. I mean, this is Canada, home of the true North strong and free, land of milk and honey, the home of 2-4s, baker's dozens, hockey, igloos, toques on our noggins. But it did. I, Sean Bartholomew Strife Esquire, was a victim of a Canadian hate crime.
Get a job, be a slave, pay your taxes, what the fuck?
Shit here only happens on TV. You know what they make up on Fox, CNN, The Onion, MSNBC, the CBC, the Babylon Bee, and the BBC. Really, it's all one big Jesse Bubba Smollett, virtue-signaling fucks cashing in on the new gold rush, pretend victimhood. But alas, it did happen to me. I, Sean Bartholomew Strife Esquire, was a victim of a Canadian hate crime. Decided to go to Tim Hortons just a little while back at around 2 a.m. to grab my black, 7 sugar, and maple donut, eh? Grab my new toque, put out the fire for the walrus meat I was simmering, because you know, safety first, don't want to start a fire and burn down my igloo. Grab my snowshoes, and I was off on my journey to Tim's. Bitterly cold night, the non-binary weather person said it was something like 5 million degrees below zero. Hail dropping down the size of beaver tails. Had to be at least 60 feet of snow. You know, a typical Canadian night. So I jumped on my sled, got some tunes going, just sparked up a big fat joint, and I'm off to Tim Hortons to grab my black, 7 sugar, and maple donut, eh? Not exactly sure what in the hell happened next, because all I kind of remember is getting hit in the ass with something really goddamn hard. I turn around to see what in the hell was going on, then I got hit in the head with a snowball the size of a goddamn beaver's tail. Knocked my ass over so hard that I knocked the beer out of my hand and busted glass everywhere. I burnt my sleigh seat because I dropped my joint and lost control of my sled. I then had my head dragging through the snow as I'm trying to steer with one foot, hang on with the other foot so I can open up another beer. I smashed right through the window of a non-binary, feminist, gender-neutral studies group that was hosting a transvestite, pro-vaccine, neo-feminist flea market. I apologized to the man in charge and picked myself up and shook all the snow off me and relit the joint that I was smoking. And I turned around and these 2 non-binary, mask-wearing penguins wearing Hab jerseys were yelling racial slurs at me. They were calling me a dumb, donut maple-eating, hockey stick-toting, toque-wearing piece of Canuck shit. They were screaming, "Leafs lives don't matter," over and over. "Leafs lives don't matter." Also frustrating because I couldn't tell what gender these penguins were due to the fact that they were wearing masks. It took every single micro and macro diffusion technique that I had learned at the Hillary Clinton Institute on Epstein Island to not completely violently trigger out and peacefully burn down a black minority-owned small business to show these gender-neutral penguins that I support the cause. They kept coming closer and closer, throwing snowballs and yelling, "Leafs lives don't matter." At this point, I then realized that the nearest publicly funded safe space with crayons, coloring books, and bubble wrap was nearly 30 feet away, and I would never get there in time. So I grabbed a canoe paddle from my sled to defend myself from these racist, non-binary penguins. And then, all of a sudden, about 30 of these non-binary penguin pricks grabbed me, threw me to the ground, and slapped the shit out of me with those little penguin feet they got. Yeah. Those flat little penguin feet. You ever felt that shit? It's like getting 1,000 little bitch slaps a second. I had non-binary penguin foot welts and marks on my noggin and my ass for months. Then they held me down in the snow and started to pour hot maple syrup all up and down me. Yeah, and it gets worse. The whole time that they were pouring hot maple syrup on me, they were beating the shit out of my brand new toque with my canoe paddle and pouring maple syrup all over it. Look at my brand new toque. Look at it. It looks like a bunch of squirrels were having a maple syrup sex party with a bunch of Mexican midgets that have COVID. And look what they did to my goddamn toque. Look at it. While they were pouring hot maple syrup down my back, my neck, my legs, rubbing hot maple syrup all up and down my shoulders and my thighs. I'm screaming, "This is Hab country, you dumb donut maple eating, hockey stick toting, igloo living, toque wearing Canuck piece of shit." Thank the non-binary space gods that there was an elderly Asian woman that identifies as a 22-year-old male Brazilian UFC fighter coming out of Tim Hortons at that moment. And she was able to beat off, and subdue these non-binary Canuck-hating penguins with a purse until the popo showed up. I'm not taking this shit lying down. I am going to get even. An eye for an eye. I'm going to put the hurt on these non-binary Canuck-hating, toque-defacing penguin pricks. I'm going old school on their asses. I've gone old school on these Canuck-hating penguin pricks and lawyered up. Our good friends of the Sean Strife Show and first official sponsor, Leftotac, has been kind enough to represent me in this matter pro bono, and I have been further fortunate enough to qualify for Leftotac's Work It Off program. Stay tuned for a message from them after this video, and maybe they too can help you cash in on your truth victimhood. It is the new gold rush. Fortunately, from what I've heard so far, it doesn't look like we'll be able to make anything stick on these non-binary Canuck-hating penguins due to the fact that they are bicolored, but it looks like we may have a solid case against the snow. Well, because it's snow. Since the incident, these non-binary Canuck-hating penguin pricks that assaulted me have signed the official Justin Trudeau I'm sorry document, which, as you know in Canada, gets you off scot-free of any crime. Well, at least if you're in government or have a fancy pronoun. And I am Canadian, so I have no choice but to forgive these Canuck-hating penguin pricks for the crime that they have committed upon me and my truth. Look at my goddamn tooth. Just look at it. God damn it. I don't even know what the hell this shit is. I'm still washing maple syrup out of my goddamn toes and ass crack. The amount of support that I have received since this incident has baffled my noggin. I really appreciate the outpouring of sympathy and concern. You guys have been amazing throughout this triggering and traumatic time. Happy to know that I have been getting professional help for this life-changing assault. I have been attending regular sessions of DDA, otherwise known as Democratic Disease Anonymous, at their new multi-million-dollar Bill Gates-funded private puppy petting facility in Uranus. I've since started a GoFundMe page, but as you can imagine, the mental and physical abuse that I have sustained must have a price, and my truth matters regardless of what the police report says. Continued sympathy, help, and financial support. I believe that one day I will overcome this traumatic and life-changing experience. I truly believe that one day I will be able to wash all of the maple syrup out of my ass crack and my toes, but only with your continued financial support. My toque, just look at the goddamn thing. Please donate to my GoFundMe page at Sean Needs Beer and Weed Money at w.violentlytriggered.com. My toll-free number at 8675309. That number again is 8675309 because clearly I am not getting paid enough to deal with this world's particular brand of fuckery. Wasn't even aware that squirrels could have orgies with Mexican midgets, but look at my goddamn toque. Have you been injured by a meme? Do you get butthurt when people misgender you because of your 5 o'clock shadow? Does your blood boil when people use their freedom of speech? Do you get violently ill when presented with reason and facts? Are you still confused on which bathroom that you should be using? Do you get violently triggered when you can't force your point of view or ideology onto other people? I am Marvin Fuckle, and here at Leftotac, or Let's Fuck Them Over, totally and completely, we are a far-left, non-licensed, non-legal law firm for profit with a team of Antifa and BLM comrades that help snowflakes just like you cope through these traumatic and triggering times. Here at Leftotac, we are an almost legal law firm that offers services such as doxing, social media bans, social media bullying campaigns, and getting your assailant fired and or divorced. Or take advantage of our full service program, fuck up their lives totally and completely because I am butthurt. At Leftotac, we have packages ranging from $69.99 or take advantage of our Work It Off program by putting in hours peacefully protesting in a city near you. Our Work It Off program offers all of the appropriate tools provided to you, such as lighters, gasoline, as well as transportation to and from the mostly peaceful event. And thanks to our good friends in the Democratic Party, the mainstream media, as well as our corporate sponsors in the NBA, Nike, Twitter, and Facebook, we have been able to set up bail bond funds for all participants in the Work It Off program. We also offer a vegan lunch. And don't forget that with every verified social media post of you burning down a Black or minority-owned small business, you will receive a voucher for the unlimited salad bar courtesy of George Soros and the Open Foundation Society. Please note that we do not offer the Epstein package at this time as we are following strict COVID-19 regulations regarding social distancing. Please inquire when restrictions ease and we'll be happy to offer this program once again. Consultations are free and non-triggering, so call now at 8675309. That number again is 8675309. Use verification code DICK to receive $69.99 off of your first initial program. I repeat, that number is 8675309. 8675309. So call now to make them bow.
Get a job, be a slave, pay your taxes. What the